What's poppin', friends? My name is Serena Paris. I'm a full-time content creator. I am a Twitch affiliate and a Kick affiliate. I play a lot of Fortnite. I do a lot of yapping, and I'm here to have a good time. So thank you guys for being here today. Just excited to chat.
Well, hello, welcome everyone. This is Streamer Interviews. I'm Watch Holly. This is Serena Paris. We're going to talk about offline streaming. Serena, go ahead and tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, hi, hello. My name is Serena Paris. I love to stream. I love to play video games. I like to meet new people, and I never shut up.
Oh my God, I couldn't relate to that more. Like, I play video games, but everyone's like, Holly, you're a just chatting streamer.
Yeah. I'm getting to the point where I'm definitely more chatting, but I like it. I love to yap.
Yeah. Oh my God, why not? Okay, so let's talk about offline content. And I think I accidentally said offline streaming. I meant offline content. I don't know if I said that or not. So when we're not streaming, how are we growing? Are you using like social media platforms, or kind of what's your offline content strategy in order to grow?
So I feel like there is a mixture of things. I feel like offline social media is so important to have. I feel like something that's helped me out the most is Twitter, which I wouldn't have thought that when I started, but like being very authentic on Twitter and not just posting, hey, I'm live. I think people have really genuinely liked to get to know who I am. And I feel like that makes people want to click on more of my links when I post them because they know who I am. And it's not just, hey, come check me out. You know, they see my cats, they see my life. I talk a lot about self-love, self-empowerment, mental health, things like that. So of course, I like posting on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok even. But a big one, it's not necessarily social media, is networking. Networking and meeting other streamers and friends is so important to your growth, even when you're offline.
Yeah, no, definitely. And can you walk us through your content pipeline? How do you repurpose your VODs and to social media?
Yeah, of course. Yes, ma'am. I feel like everybody could work a little bit harder on this.
Oh my God, me too. Well, that's why we're doing these interviews.
Yeah. Yes. I feel like it's really, really important to get your content out on other places because as much as we love streaming on Twitch or Kick, YouTube, wherever you're streaming, a lot of that is so saturated and so many other people are alive at that time. You need to be found other places. So I think it's really important to watch your Twitch VODs back. Make sure you're clipping things. If you're not clipping things, your moderators, VIPs are clipping things. And please go back and watch them. I try to set time aside every week and a half to go back and look through my clips because sometimes unfortunately people clip nothing, they clip weird stuff, but it's so important to go back and post fresh content too. You try to get that fresh content out because the longer you set and you let it hold, you're like, well, that's old now, I don't want to use it. Post it while it's fresh and while you have it right there. And there's so many tools out there now, like there's CapCut, I use DaVinci Resolve. There's literally so many, and so many of them are free too, that you can just post a fun little video. Even TikTok, use TikTok real quick, get something out there, post it, post your content.
I couldn't agree more. We were talking about tools and you use DaVinci Resolve. Is there any other ones that you use specifically?
So DaVinci right now has been my go-to recently. I also use Audacity for voice and stuff whenever I don't want my camera on. I feel like that's really helped with sound. CapCut is a really good one when you're not trying to set it on your computer and you use DaVinci for so long. Really, there's a whole bunch of free ones that you can just Google and find. YouTube has been my best friend when it has come to learning a new tool or finding a new tool, being like, I want this, but let's see if there's a free one somewhere.
Yeah,
you know?
No, that's great. Using YouTube as like a Google kind of. I never thought about that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So what's your posting frequency across platforms and how does that affect your growth?
Great question, Holly. Sometimes it's wonderful. Sometimes I'm posting every day, multiple times a day. And then there's times where I post maybe once a week. there is people out there who say the only way you're gonna make it and you're gonna blow up is if you post 3 times every single day.
Mhm.
And again, at the end of the day, everyone can have their excuses, work, life, you're trying to find a good balance. Doing all of this is really hard, and sometimes people don't realize how hard it is. Um, I personally feel like only do that if you can put real, good, genuine content out, but do not waste your time putting mediocre stuff out 3 times a day and burning yourself out. Try to find a good balance. And as much as we want to listen to these streamer gurus and we want to see their numbers, we have to do what works for us. Whenever I was attempting to post 3 times a day, I burned myself out real quick. I didn't want to do it anymore. And I love streaming. I love creating content. And I don't ever want it to feel like that again, if
Mhm.
that makes sense.
No, no, definitely, definitely. Because you always hear people say it's more about like the quality versus the quantity of it.
Yes, and I think that's so important, and it's really hard to figure out, well, what is quality and what is quantity?
Mhm.
Because you kind of want a little bit of both, but you want to just genuinely make sure it is a good video or a good stream, regardless if you're live or if you're not.
Yeah. And let's talk about a good video. Do you have kind of a top performing content that you can talk about, and why did it work?
So actually, I had sent it into the best performing content area. I don't know why it did so well. It is one of my only videos that has 2 million views. It's on TikTok. It is a Fortnite skin TikTok. It is just me and my duo wearing funny skins, doing different themes. I feel like sometimes people like the funny, silly Fortnite content, and I've actually had a couple videos hit over a million doing similar things. I think I do a lot of Fortnite and people like that, but I tried to do a little bit of everything. Um, People will tell you the only way you're gonna make it is if you niche down. I feel like that is the case sometimes, but I am not that person who can niche down and be
Mhm.
happy about it.
No, definitely. Yeah. So, talking about offline and social media, is there other things other than social media that has helped you grow? I know you referenced like networking a little bit.
So, yeah, I mean, I feel like when it comes to being a content creator, you really have to find a good balance of being live with your community, but also creating content offline. But what else do you do when you're not streaming and you're not editing your videos or thinking of ideas? I like to hang out on Twitch or Kick or wherever I'm at and just look for people I genuinely like and I vibe with. There's a lot of people who have that follow for follow mentality, and
Mhm.
I'm not here for that. I really like to hang out in communities I like to vibe with. I like when streamers talk to me, engage with me, tell me about their day. I like to get to know people a little bit more than the hi, hello, how's it going? I feel like that's important to say to people, but when we can meet the person behind the camera a little bit and get to know each other a little bit more, maybe even play some games together, I feel like that forms a real genuine relationship. And the term friends on the internet is rough because you got to be careful with that. But just creating other relationships with people online has helped a little bit, and I do believe that's networking and really just focusing on building your own community. But on Wednesday nights I try to either play games with my community offline or Discord movie night, or just something with the community where they don't feel like they have to be on either.
Yeah, no, I love that. So talking about kind of short form content, so what is your 2-second hook if you have any?
When it goes to any type of videos like TikTok always says moving in the very beginning. Rather, it's grabbing a water bottle, standing up, setting down, putting everyone, like if you film in a car, everyone says, put your seatbelts on first. Something about movement catches someone's eye.
Mhm.
So when you see a video and you're scrolling and someone's just sitting there, you're more often to just scroll past it. But if you scroll into video and someone is moving,
Mhm.
that catches your eye and that kind of leaves them wanting to see what you're about to say, what you're about to do. So I think moving is important. Getting to the point very quickly early on, even if you have to come back to that, being able to grab them, let them know what this video is about, so people know what they're about to set and watch, especially if it's a longer video.
Definitely. And do
Yes.
you analyze your content after the fact at all?
I do think looking at your numbers is important, um, but you have to think about your mental health as well. If you know looking at your numbers is going to tank it, maybe wait a day or two when you're in a better headspace to look at your numbers, your analytics, try to figure out what you can do different if something flops. Doing the same thing over and over again, you'll never really break out of that cycle. You change little things here and there. You don't, if you really like a topic of something, you can keep trying it. Just try different things here and there and not make it the same thing over and over again is my best advice to you.
Yeah, no, I like that. I like that. And do you personally use sounds or trends in your TikTok or Reels or anything like that for your content?
So, yes, I try to find, if I don't know what I want to post on TikTok or Instagram or wherever I'm trying to post, I do go through either cosplays I want to do or Fortnite videos I want to do. I try to find trending sounds or just things that are trending in my niche, because once you know they're trending, you have a better luck. You have a better luck, I guess, of getting on the For You page, the recommended page, whatever you want to call it, on whatever platform. And I think that's so important if you're trying to get your videos out there, you know. Also, kind of adding to that, I feel like important hashtags, certain words. If it's a Fortnite video, make sure you include Fortnite. If it is a cosplay video, make sure you include cosplay. Mental health, include mental health. Whatever video you're doing, make sure your hashtags and your title or has very similar words of what your video is. So if people are searching for something, it'll pop up and it'll be there.
Yeah. And then how do you find those trends? Like, are you watching like a lot of social media yourself?
So on TikTok, really, I'll just go in and search. I'll be like, yesterday I did Harley Quinn, so I'll go in and I'll search Harley Quinn and I'll see what's new and I'll see what's also at the highest of certain sounds, and being like, oh, I want to do this sound because it did well for these thousands of videos, you know. Instagram is a little bit harder because I feel like sometimes my sounds on Instagram don't do well, but then sometimes they blow up. So it's hit or miss over there on Instagram.
Yeah, yeah. And then last question, do you have any advice for streamers getting into short form content video?
Yeah, really just making sure you're putting content out that you like. I've seen a lot of people find something that works. Like, I'm a Fortnite content creator, so something that I've seen people do that works really, really well and helps them get to partner and higher numbers is I've seen people play with viewers every single day. It's really cool to see those numbers, but it's hard to tell people to do stuff like that if it's not something you genuinely want to do all the time. Have fun with it, and don't be afraid to try new things. I have done Fortnite forever now. I love it, but trying to get into other games, trying to get more into makeup, cosplay, do what you love, regardless if it's streaming, creating TikToks, YouTube videos. It's social media, and we're going to be on social media for the rest of our lives. Put the content out there and just believe in yourself. Good luck.
Aw, thank you, thank you. All right, we're gonna say goodbye to YouTube, and I'll say goodbye to you after. All right, thanks, YouTube. Bye.
Bye, friends.